Peace be to you all. All right, what's today? It's Thursday, August 18th. So, today, I'm going to talk about something that makes me angry. As I get off from work here. The thing that, well, maybe I shouldn't say it makes me angry, because it's kind of a necessary, we'll call it evil, but a necessary thing that can incite the ire of many clinicians. And that is the increasing encroachment of administration in the affairs of clinicians like myself, whether you are a PA, an NP, or an MD, or DO. And you kind of need administrators because they're the ones that make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's to stay out of trouble with review boards and that kind of thing. And make sure we don't, when patients sue or their family members sue, you want to make sure that as a clinician you've done all of your paperwork, and you've got all your proverbial ducks in a row. So, for instance, if you get sued for negligence, well, hopefully your notes, whether it's the old-fashioned handwritten chart notes or the notes in the electronic medical records, show that you were not negligent, or show that you did not practice bad medicine, malpractice. Because unfortunately, in this day and age of medical practice, you are, in my opinion, based on my observation, you're almost guilty until found innocent. So if somebody accuses you of something, the onus becomes on you as the clinician to prove your innocence. So, good luck. I'm here in Washington, D.C., so you got to find an attorney. Hopefully you've got malpractice insurance. I think that'll cover you, but it's not going to cover your attorney fees. Attorney fees are anywhere from $300 to $500 per hour in DC anyway. And then those kind of things follow you for the rest of your career. For instance, if I'm reapplying for my medical license. It expires in at the end of this year, so December 31st. There's a question on there, the Clean Hands Act. Have you ever been involved in an investigation in the last 10 years? Have you ever been asked to leave a school or kicked out of a healthcare profession program? So I was in nursing school 32 years ago, 1990. Had I been kicked out of that program, I would have had to answer in the affirmative. Yes, I was expelled from the nursing program. Depending on the state and where I'm trying to get my license, whether it's Maryland or DC, you've got to explain that. And you've got to have records that confirm your explanation. Where are you going to find them? If your professors are retired or dead, or the program from which you graduated isn't even existing. It's the longer you're out, the more items you're going to be held responsible for. It gets to be kind of a drag. And again, I don't think administration, I won't call it an evil, but it can be very frustrating because, you work as a clinician, of course the doctors put in a lot more years of training than us PAs, but I've seen doctors lose their privileges at hospitals or be told that they're no longer needed at a particular hospital. Well, in a way, they're kind of fired. Well, that's got to go on their forms when they're applying for license renewal, and it gives you a bad track record. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of bugs me. And then you got the issue with billing. So there's PAs who have been pushing very hard for us to become autonomous, like the nurse practitioners. I don't think that's a good idea, because when you're, it's going to be more accountability, number one, and number two, you've already got to go back and forth with your medical coding and billing specialists. Like, you didn't put the right code on this particular note, so you got to go back and redo the note, or revamp the note and put this particular thing. So it's an administrative issue. As clinicians, we're not taught administrative issues. We know to get our license, we know to pass our boards, but we know that we've got to have malpractice insurance. When you're talking about things like Medicaid, Medicare, DEA number, you're gonna have to have a CAQH number, an MPI number. The numbers of numbers that you've got to have, it's increasing with every year. And it increases with the amount of autonomy that you have. So you got to be careful of what you wish for. I say that as a caveat to my fellow PAs that they want to push for us to have 100% autonomy, because nobody's autonomous. Doctors will tell you that they're not completely autonomous anymore. If you have a private practice, are you going to lease? How much are you going to lease your office space? You don't own the building. If the building owner goes up on your lease, you breach the leasing agreement, now there's legal problems that you got to face. You got patients who are involved in what is the thing called, work-related injuries and so forth. Well, that may involve you. So when you go for your license renewal, and you've got to check off the box that says, are you currently involved in an investigation? You check yes. Well, now it may delay you getting your license. If you have those so-called problem patients, I use that number in quotes, or that term in quotes. I knew a patient that just liked to go around suing clinicians, and there were clinicians that didn't want to see him. If a patient issues a lawsuit against you, no matter how apparently frivolous, you're now involved in an investigation that's going to impact your ability to get renewed or get hired at another facility. It's not fun to deal with. But anyway, that's part of the stuff you guys got to think about if you're thinking about becoming a clinician. And I use clinician broadly. I lump us doctors in well, not us doctors, but us PAs, doctors and DNPs in together, and CRNAs. That's the way of the way medicine is going in this day and age, and that again has to do with administration. I tell people, if you're in healthcare for the money, don't do what I do. Get your long white lab coat and your stethoscope. Become a CEO of a pharmaceutical company or a hospital, private hospital company that manages private hospitals, or a CEO of an insurance company. Those guys are making 7-8 figures, and they don't have to do the stuff that we have to do. Make sure you get your certifications and your licenses. I don't think they do anyway. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Anyway, guys, that's about as close as I get to getting on a soapbox. But I wish you guys the best of success in your positive endeavors. If you have an interest in becoming a PA like me, feel free to reach out to me. It's an exciting time to be a PA. There are challenges to it, a lot of administrative stuff that you're not taught in school that you got to deal with. But it's an enjoyable career. I really do love helping people. I enjoy using my mind to try to come up with ways to help people live better lives, improve the quality of their lives. That's it for now. Take care. Peace.